We have that information. Do you know where he's at?
They're out there somewhere on the floor shooting.
You know how many?
We're all across the street. There's one car on feet.
Okay.
Police car. There's another one.
The national average law enforcement response time to this incident is 3 to 5 minutes. The average duration of this incident is 5 minutes long. And Alice lives in that 5-minute window from the beginning of the incident to your law enforcement partners showing up. My name is Brandon Rhone. I was a police officer for 16 years, operations captain, and I got involved in Alice in 2015. Alice is a proactive option-based strategy training program. This allows folks to proactively make their own decision to increase their survivability should they find themselves facing that violent critical incident. Far too often, individuals will basically have 3 responses to danger, and that's fight, flight, or freeze. And more times than not, people will find themselves in that freeze. And what Alice is teaching folks is to not freeze, but respond to the initial indication of danger, or whatever that may be. Think about your organization. You have fire extinguishers and pool stations. Why is that fire extinguisher there? Is somebody assigned to go grab that fire extinguisher and stand at the door and hand it to the firefighter that comes off the truck so they can go put the fire out? Absolutely not. That fire extinguisher is for the people that are already on scene that can mitigate that situation. We realize that every response is not going to be the same for every individual. The response options work for everybody, but it's how we train those individuals. And we train them at appropriate level that they can understand, that they can perform the task and be able to understand what is happening, whether it be auditory, visual, sense of smell, taste, touch, whatever indications you receive that tells you that bad stuff has started. With the Alice training at Navigate 360, we really take a hard look at trauma and addressing it, and knowing that people experience trauma in many different ways, in many different forms. And when we identify that we are able to recognize, realize, respond to it, and really give that person the best opportunity in the training to increase their survivability, just like everyone else. The blended model approach is a combination of our e-learning and hands-on training, and that could be done with the national trainer coming to the organization, or that's done with your own certified instructors coming back to your organization. It's about empowering those individuals with the skill set to make a decision when that violent critical incident happens. And it's really simple. It's remove yourself from the dangerous location or render that location no longer dangerous. So the question you have to ask yourself as a leader is, how much is a human life worth? I'm sure if you would have asked any leader of any other organization that has come under attack, they would have said the same thing prior to training, right? We never want this to happen here. But the old saying goes, I'd rather have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Whether they actually use it within your organization or they use it somewhere else. When I sit across from individuals and I have an opportunity to hear their story, and they say things like, if it were not for this training, I could have been a casualty. But this Alice training worked. It saved my life. When I have those conversations, that's my why. Every person needs that opportunity to be able to increase their survivability by simply doing something.